Okay, let's talk about training. What is the best way to grow new muscle tissue? Now, there's lots of different routes to the same destination. So I'm not saying any one particular way is the best way. Everybody's different, everybody has different genetics. But kind of proven over time for the average person, the best way to grow muscle tissue is to hit heavy weights to the point that you actually tear muscle fibers down. You get little micro tears in the muscle. And to do this, you need to be kind of hitting heavy enough weights in the 6 to 12, maybe 15 rep range. The important part is going to absolute failure. Now I'm going to explain what happens in the body and why it's so important to hit failure. So basically you have different kinds of muscle fibers. Everyone's genetically different to how much they have in what areas of their body. So you have slow twitch muscle fibers. These are basically the muscle fibers that you use for endurance training. If you was running a marathon or doing anything super lightweight for incredible amounts of reps. These muscle fibers will not grow. They will strengthen, they will condition, but they will not grow. So basically, if you're hitting a weight that you can easily do 15, 20 plus reps, it's not heavy enough to break down any muscle tissue, and you'll be using the slow twitch muscle fibers that do not grow. So to hit the fast twitch fibers, these are the fibers that you need to be hitting to grow whenever you're using explosive power. Like you see the difference between a long distance runner compared to a sprinter. The sprinter is always going to carry a lot more muscle on his legs. His quads are huge. That's that explosive power just over 10 seconds. Was he's using the fast twitch muscle fibers all the time, and that's why he gets those muscle gains rather than somebody who's doing light weights or crazily long endurance kind of training. So the bit that most people don't know is that there's two kinds of fast twitch fibers, fast twitch A and fast twitch B. Now, whenever you're in the gym and you're lifting heavy weights, you're going to be hitting the fast twitch A fibers. These can grow up to about 25% of their original size, which is amazing. You're going to get some amazing gains. And this is why most people, when they start, they're going to get some gains and then it might slow down and plateau. So to make some tremendous real gains, you need to be hitting the 2B fibers. Now the 2B fibers can grow up to 100%. Now these fibers are what it really takes when those, you see some people, they just go to the gym and they make some gains and then they just look the same forever. That's usually down to diet, but a lot to do with their training too. If you never hit failure in the weights, you're only going to use your fast twitch A fibers. So the 2B fibers are the ones that grow the most. You need to be hitting them. The only way to hit 2B fibers is to go to absolute failure. So what kind of weights, what kind of rep ranges? If you're lifting crazy heavy weights and you can't even hit 5 reps, so you're doing 1 rep maxes, reps of 2, reps of 3, that is a powerlifting style of training. You're going to get tremendous strength gain, but much less muscle gain. This is why you'll see some Olympic lifters who can make a weight class. They look very small and they're lifting 3-4 times their body weight. They're so incredibly strong because they've trained for strength and not for size. And that's a lot to do with your diet as well, but the forms of training. So if it's under, say, 5 or 6 reps, you're going to be pushed towards strength training and not size. So how do I get the size? If it's more than 15, 20 reps, we've already said it's far too light. You're not going to hit the fast twitch fibers, you're going to hit the slow twitch fibers. Therefore, they're not going to grow. So there's that middle window of about 6 to 12, maybe 15 reps. If you hit absolute failure, all of the muscle fibers will come into play. You will get the maximum gains. But this is why it's so important to hit failure. And I don't just mean do a few reps and when it starts to hurt, rack the bar. You've got to get to the point you cannot physically do another rep. That's when your muscle fails. That's when you make the most gains. So if you train on your own, do lots of drop sets or use machines where you can set safety bars. If you have a partner, then even better, because when you get to absolute failure, your partner gives you that little spot so you can go beyond failure. Doing that, you're going to get the most, the best, the maximum muscle gain through your training. So if you want to maximize your gains and hit every single muscle fiber, then make sure you go heavy enough to hit failure.